Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Lindy Sherries, and today I feel I need to talk about Bitcoin and explain what it is. And by no means am I a cryptographer or a financial advisor. This is what I've learned, and I feel I need to share with people who don't know what is Bitcoin. Before I even go further explaining what is Bitcoin, I think we should go back to history and understand the beginning of money and how trading used to happen. So let's go back to barter system. So barter system is a system where in the olden days there was no money, so people would like exchange goods for food and things like food, tea and weapons. And this was introduced by Mesopotamian tribe in 1930. But there were issues with this kind of system because sometimes you will get a double coincidence of ones. So for example, you want two potatoes and maybe maize meal, and then you go and sometimes you wouldn't find someone who has that, and then there will be like scarcity of that. And another problem with that, there was no standard or accountability of the prices and the rules regarding that. So a lot of robbery will happen. So that's what happened with the barter system. Let's move on to the next slide. When we explain the barter system, we're talking about the first money system. So here we're talking about the evolution of money. So this is the barter system where people would trade with what they had, with their commodities, in order to get what their supplies. So when we move to number 2, and then people started owning gold and value was placed on gold. And now let's go to money. What is money? Money is basically value. So if you come and provide a certain service that give me value, then I pay with money. So money is actually value. And within that, there must be a trust. So trust was started to be placed on government and banks. So a person has gold, and it was difficult to carry gold everywhere when you want to buy. So the government and the banks came up with a system which allows them to print receipts, to print bills, which a person can place their gold value in that receipt. So for example, say maybe your gold was worth $1,000. So the bank will give you a receipt or a bill which has a value of 1,000 Rand. And that made it convenient and simple for people to transact. So you would go and buy coffee with that bill. So instead of breaking your gold into small pieces and buying coffee and buying maybe your car, you would just use this bill or this receipt as a way of money. And then from the gold, and then they started printing coins representing money. And from money, and then number 4, after coins, then we moved to paper money. And from paper money, we then move to plastic money, which is our credit cards, our debit cards. And then now we can swipe. We are now in that space where we are using plastic money. We no longer need to use paper money to buy something. We just swipe. And now we are moving to a space, or we are already in that space where we now on cryptocurrency. Now we're moving into a digital space where the money we don't need to physically touch. Now this money it cannot be touched. It sits there in blockchain. So you basically own a space in blockchain with your block, with your space, where you can just with your record in your ledger, where you can place your value and you can transfer as you want. And now let's go and see the differences between what a Bitcoin is in the centralized and decentralized system. As I already said, Bitcoin is digital money, and it is in a decentralized system. What do I mean when I say it's decentralized? I mean it's powered by different computers where each copy of a ledger sits on each and every computer. So these different computers will have a copy, which makes it impossible for hackers to hack, because they can hack this computer, but then another computer will have that ledger. So there will be confirmation from miners to say we all have the same copy. And as well, if there's an update will happen in one computer, and that will be transferred into different computers. So which makes it impossible for hackers or people to change this transparent ledger. So this transparent ledger lives in a blockchain. This is the blockchain. And another thing to talk about is, let's start with centralized so that we can understand. As I said, money represents value. And that value, there must be trust. So in the olden days, trust, even now, trust is put on banks, and also the government controls that. So fiat money, the fiat word came from a Latin word which means a decree. So they put a decree to say we will take responsibility of your gold by giving you this paper. So trust is put now on bank and government. So the ledger is not transparent because it's sitting on a certain server or a certain computer where you cannot have a look into your ledger. The only thing that you can use, you can print your bank statement, you can print and watch what happened, but then you cannot have any transparent of what goes on into your ledger. And also you have to wait for transactions. So say you do banking today, and sometimes you'll have to wait, and then for the following day when their bank opens their books or end of day runs, that's when the transaction sometimes happens. And the government and the bank has control over your money. So that's what is called the centralized, and they all depend on the servers. Yes, they are powerful servers, but then anything can go on, can happen, and hacks do happen in these computers, and sometimes you see accounts being created without knowing. So that's another problem. And also with power comes corruption. So also these are the issues with the centralized. And then in 2008, a document was released, which is called White Paper by Satoshi Nakamoto. This person, no one really knows who is, but that document was released, and he created a peer-to-peer electronic cash system, and the ledgers are very transparent, and you have full control. So there is no middleman. So you have full control of your money. So with this Bitcoin, as I said, it's digital money that you cannot touch. You can have a card. So some other companies or places like Microsoft do accept Bitcoin. I mean, even in South Africa, we now have an ATM which you can withdraw using Bitcoin cards. So we can, in some other places as well, some shops do accept Bitcoin. So even though it's virtual money which you cannot touch, but you can use it like an ordinary card. You can buy money, you can buy your groceries with this money. So as I said, that transactions in blockchain can be viewed, and you can see what happened, and there is no middleman, which makes it simple. Because now if you want to have an insurance, say you're going to a certain country and you want insurance to say, maybe should something happen while you're visiting that country, you want an insurance to pay. With the current insurance system, you will need a middleman, you'll need a company to do that, and then after they can decide if they pay you or if they don't pay you. But then with blockchain and with the new method that lives in blockchain, if you were to, this is just an example, if you were to get an insurance without the middleman, it means the transaction would live in blockchain and it cannot be changed. And these computers that are decentralized have a copy of that. So if you were to claim on that insurance, it is going to pay you because the transaction is viewed by everyone. So you won't need lawyers. There are no middlemen. So just to give you an example of a transaction in blockchain. So say I send money now from my wallet address into your wallet address. You can view that transaction in Etherscan. There are other places which you can view. So for example, all you see from and to, and you will also see dates. The only thing that you cannot see who this address belongs to, but you can see that on this date and this time, 24 seconds ago, this transaction happened and the amount of money that happened. So for example, in this one, 0.0 Ethereum was transferred from this wallet into this wallet, and we can all view this transaction. And there are miners who needs to approve, and all their approvers will need to be the same for the transaction to be approved. So now let's go back to the main question. What is Bitcoin? Bitcoin is a decentralized digital money which is stored on blockchain. So what you're basically buying, you're buying a piece in blockchain, and you own that piece, and you can transact to and from and send money from your wallet into another wallet. So just to give you, so in Bitcoin, so the differences between Bitcoin and Bitcoin Vault. Bitcoin and Bitcoin Vault, it's literally, so Bitcoin Vault has qualities of Bitcoin because it was built from Bitcoin. The only difference is it has more security features. It has the anti-theft solution, which provides an extra layer of securities based on a 3 private key security structure. So that's why we're now mining Bitcoin Vault. And at the same time, Bitcoin, so far over 1 million of the world Bitcoin has been stolen, so which was a huge problem. So now this Bitcoin Vault provides an extra level of security, which means you can reverse your transaction if someone steals. If you make a mistake and send maybe money from your address into someone's address by mistake, you type an extra 0, you can reverse that transaction. So that's the nice thing about Bitcoin Vault. Whereas before, you wouldn't do that. If you make a mistake and send an extra 0 into someone's address, that person will get that money. There's no way to reverse that. So that's the beauty about Bitcoin Vault. So I hope you now know what's Bitcoin. Bitcoin, it is money, except you cannot touch it. You can buy anything that you want. And you can also mine this Bitcoin. You can buy this Bitcoin or Bitcoin Vault and keep in a long term as a value that will increase in future. So what we advise is to mine Bitcoin Vault. There is a video that you can watch to see how to mine Bitcoin Vault. And also there's a limit of coins that are acceptable to be mined. So far there's 21 million coins that can be mined. And in Bitcoin, I think we are around 18 million. So it is coming to an end soon. So meaning it cannot be mined. So that's the protocol, the rules that are set, that only 21 Bitcoins. And in Bitcoin Vault, we just started mining Bitcoin Vault. Now with Bitcoin Vault, we just started mining Bitcoin Vault. It was launched last year, December, on the 19th of December. So it is still on its infant stage. And the first 2 years are critical for us who wants to mine more, because you can accumulate more as the price go up and the value and the coins that are mined become lesser and lesser. The price of this will go high because there will be more demand. So the reason why we say you must mine Bitcoin Vault now is because it is cheaper now. The value will go up and you won't be able to afford. And those who start mining now, they will mine Bitcoin and they will keep their coins, and those coins will be a value that is higher in future. Just like Bitcoin, when it started, it was $1, I think 2008, but 10 years from then until now, Bitcoin Vault is now worth over $11,000. So let's mine Bitcoin Vault, and it has this anti-theft solution. I hope you now understand what is Bitcoin, and I know these are the questions that people ask. These are the questions that people don't understand. So I hope you do have a clue of what is Bitcoin and Bitcoin Vault. And thank you so much for watching, and I hope you do subscribe to my channel. And if this explanation was of value for you, please comment and give me feedback so I know where to improve, so I know where to correct. And also don't forget to like and hit the notification bell so that whenever I post a video, you can receive a notification. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoy your day.